okay, you're saying something that's actually factually inaccurate,
right,
according to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird going on with Whirly.
I almost texted you when the Charlie Kirk thing happened because my antennas went up about, they showed the photo of that kid, or the guy that they have, the 22-year-old, whatever. And I was almost going to be like, dude.
This kid had a rifle with a scope. Now, here's where it gets weird. The first images of this rifle with a scope, I swear to God, it looks like he has a composite stock on it. Like, it looks like a modern 30-06 rifle.
In a shocking twist, Joe Rogan has publicly expressed doubts about the official story surrounding the Charlie Kirk incident. On his podcast, Rogan admitted that he didn't buy the official story that was out there. He even went as far as to say that there's a lot of weird SHT going on. To add to the drama, Joe highlighted a number of unsettling details that were just not adding up, including the presence of a suspicious decoy suspect allegedly tied to other criminal cases. According to Rogan, these inconsistencies raise serious questions about the events and individuals involved, from the capabilities of the alleged shooter to the narrative surrounding the weapon used. Adding fuel to the fire, new rumors have begun circulating about possible involvement from people close to Kirk, including whispers about his wife's potential connection to the unfolding drama. Guys, you'd better buckle up because the drama I'm about to spill for you is insane.
Well, there was that one guy who was the decoy. All right, so you got this guy who's an older guy who starts yelling out. Didn't he take his pants down? He took his pants down. This guy was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombings.
All the hits.
He called in a fake bomb at another place, and then he did this at this thing. Right after, so somehow or another, this guy has the state of mind that the moment someone gets shot, he yells out and says, I did it, and takes his pants down or something like that. I don't know exactly what he did. Then, ready for this? He gets arrested for child porn right away.
Right after this happened?
Oh, right away. He's in jail for child porn. Why is that? Well, now you can't interview.
The shooting of Charlie Kirk has sparked widespread debate, with shocking details continuing to emerge in the aftermath. Kirk was shot on September 10, 2025, during a student Q&A at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, and tragically passed away shortly after from his wounds. Following a 33-hour manhunt, police arrested Tyler Robinson, 22, who now faces multiple charges, including aggravated murder and discharging a firearm causing serious injury. While the case seemed straightforward at first, public discourse shifted when Joe Rogan weighed in on his podcast. Rogan suggested that the official story may not fully align with the facts, hinting at inconsistencies in the investigation. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird ST going on, Rogan said, immediately igniting a wave of speculation online. One of the odd details Rogan highlighted was the mention of a decoy suspect, allegedly tied to other criminal cases. According to him, this raised red flags about the credibility of the investigation. Rogan also expressed skepticism over the weapon involved. You see, reports claim Robinson used a restored World War I era rifle, a detail Rogan found implausible. He questioned how such an outdated, dismantled, and reconstructed firearm could have been the weapon in such a precise and deadly attack. Frustrated by the inconsistencies, Rogan even joked that he wished he could investigate the case himself, further hinting that there might be a cover-up.
The narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait. Why are you using such an old gun? That's the other thing. They said that he took it apart and then put it back together again. Shut the fuck up. Do you know how much time it would take to do that if you were
the official narrative surrounding the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk? Candace Owens has now stepped forward with her own bombshell claims, alleging that the public has been misled from the start. Owens, who had teased over the weekend that she had received new information on the case, said she now believes Tyler Robinson was framed. According to Candace, everything the agencies have told us about the Charlie Kirk assassination was a lie, she declared, further inflaming speculation online. According to Owens, as she dug deeper into the case, the name of a politician surfaced, implying the shooting could have been tied to something much bigger. She also disputed law enforcement's narrative that Robinson was article, calling it another falsehood meant to manipulate the public. Owens pointed to several details she claims don't add up. She questioned how Robinson was willing to turn himself in but never confessed to the shooting. Bullet carvings. Robinson, she said, appeared bewildered when told about the alleged carvings on the bullets. Gun ownership. While the gun reportedly belonged to Robinson, Owens noted that he's not a gun enthusiast, casting doubt on the state's narrative. Text message oddities. Candace even went so far as to claim that the messages attributed to Robinson didn't sound like him, noting he doesn't use words like vehicle, a term found in the supposed texts. Owens also shared that Tyler Robinson's father does not believe his son committed the crime, contrary to the widespread claim that he convinced Tyler to turn himself in. Instead, Candace says a family friend informed the Robinson family that Tyler had been named as the shooter, a heads up rather than a confession. Adding fuel to the fire, Owens reminded her audience that just a week before his death, Charlie Kirk had reportedly announced a massive internal audit of Turning Point USA. This audit, she said, targeted a shadowy, Doge-type department within the organization tasked with probing where millions of dollars had been going. Candace's allegations, combined with Joe Rogan's skepticism, have sparked a new wave of theories online. On his podcast, Joe Rogan went deeper into the strange details of Charlie Kirk's assassination, zeroing in on the bizarre behavior of a man who acted as a decoy during the chaos. Rogan described this individual as an older man who, immediately after the shooting, began shouting, "I did it! I did it!" while exposing himself to the crowd. The man's disturbing outburst was not only strange, but also deeply suspicious. According to reports, his criminal history included connections to multiple major past tragedies, including 9/11 and the Boston Marathon bombing. While the extent of his involvement in those events remains unclear, the sheer coincidence of his presence at yet another high-profile incident has left many deeply unsettled. Even more alarming is the fact that shortly after